What if the biggest threat to an older adult's independence is not a major illness, but the warning signs that everyone misses? For family members who live out of town, the warning signs can be especially hard to spot. This is something that haunts me because I have parents who live not in Arizona. They live away from me. So we've got Nia Howell here. She's the founder and the CEO of Everwell Home Care with what families should be on the lookout for to help their aging loved ones who, yes, are aging, but they also still want their independence.
Right.
So where do you start with that? Because like I said, to have parents or family members who live in a different state, how can we keep a close eye on them, still care for them, but again, allow for the independence?
Right. So that's where we come in.
Yes.
We provide that support for the older adults, children that live out of state, that have parents that, because Arizona is a retirement state.
Absolutely.
So we have a lot of older adults here, 55 plus communities, and they're alone. Sometimes, you need hip replacements, or, you can't do the normal things that you used to do, and you're afraid to ask for help. And so what we try to do is educate the community to let them know, hey, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to have companion care, to have someone in your home, just with little things, gardening, trips out of the home, because sometimes it gets lonely the older you get,
Yes. And I feel like there might be a little bit of pride associated with it too, especially when I'm on the phone with my parents who are getting older. There's not much that you can tell really from these phone conversations, even if you're over FaceTime. Are there any red flags or little things that we as their children or as nieces, nephews, whatever it may be, that we need to be on the lookout for in those conversations?
I think it's hard to tell.
Okay.
It really is hard to tell, but so you have to come and visit, first of all. I mean, you have to come out and visit, and you do have to make the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get those parents that are stubborn and they just don't want to, so you have that too. But I think some of the warning signs and the things that bother me is when the dementia and those things, and Alzheimer's, and, like I said, being alone in the home, and then you might break a hip and stuff like that. Those things are what concerns me the most when it comes to adults aging alone in the home. And so I don't really know exactly if there's warning signs that you can tell over the phone, because they'll say, I'm okay, everything's fine, everything's good. But of course, you have to go check on your parents, And if you don't have the time, you can easily reach out to us and just, ask us, hey, I'm looking for just somebody who can go over and check on my parent. You don't have to need support every day, but at least that companionship to have someone come over just to say, hey, do a puzzle, a outing, movies, or helping with gardening, just simple things, Because we take companionship for granted a lot, and it's really needed, especially when you're older.
You're the founder and CEO of Everwell. What was this inspired by? Because it really is just like hire a friend. You know what I mean? It's very nice.
And I always say that I feel like that in this industry, I feel like that I get paid to just love.
Yeah.
And my heartstrings, they just get pulled on every day by this community that I feel like that we forget about. Like now, I live in Australia Mountain, and before it was it's a 55 plus community, and now that it's growing, everybody's driving fast, and we're moving so fast, and we forget about the aging community, And so it's just where my heart is. I love it so much, and yeah.
Fantastic. Where can people get more info from you guys?
Everwellhomecare.org.
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you so much. It was so lovely to meet you. Gosh, I feel like I need to pay you for this this visit. It was lovely. All right, we've got another hour of Today in AZ.